everybody. I want to talk to you briefly about history. It's true that I started out almost 40 years ago. I have to eat it. I haven't really had lunch, so that's okay. I started out as a student almost 40 years ago, coming together as you're coming together because of a pressing moral issue that was being ignored by institutions. And one of the things that I've noticed, and I bet you've noticed it too, is that all of these buildings and all of the classes at this university and at every university in Boston talk a great deal about the extraordinary courage and vision of people in the past. They compliment all the things that people did before to advance justice, or to protect the earth, or to take a dangerous position in the face of opposition. Now, right now, we're seeing a little bit of a problem because when another huge moral issue comes before them, they don't know what to do. Despite all of these buildings that have been named after famous people and courses that they named, then in an actual crisis in real life, probably the greatest crisis humanity has ever faced, they're paralyzed. That is why you are so necessary. Now I want to just mention that there are different ways that a university can approach the problem of climate change. What we saw this week was one approach at MIT, where the president of MIT formally arranged for an official debate, which was introduced by the vice president and which pursued the questions around divestment in a thorough and significant way. They didn't resolve it, but they had an open debate. At Harvard University, the president of Harvard, who is a scholar of social movements, who herself went down to the Edmund Pettus Bridge in 1965, has not allowed that kind of debate, has not allowed a discussion. And I think right now Boston College takes the cake for the greatest resistance to a serious discussion. And I personally am offended, and I think most Americans would be offended by the idea that people who are standing up for the future of the United States and the future of the planet are not even allowed to form a student group and are not allowed to express their views. And when they try to express their views, they are being punished. That is the exact opposite of what is being taught in all the classes about the bravery of everybody who went before. But there is some good news on the horizon. President Leahy may be very proud of the way he's increased the endowment and built new buildings and how he's committed Boston College to become the #1 Catholic university in the world. But he's running into a little bit of a problem, which is that his boss is about to release an encyclical that is going to specify that climate change is such an urgent problem that every Catholic and every human being needs to devote the majority of his or her time from now on to solving this problem. Father Leahy, whatever his intentions or his success may have been, is going to be caught between your legitimate demands for an open discussion and the perspective of the Pope, who wants the same thing. So that's why I just want to tell you, from the standpoint of history, you are on the right side. And 20 years from now, when there's a plaque or a building or something named after President Leahy, they're going to skip over his opposition to this when they write about him. And what they're going to remember is the courage that you are showing today and that you are going to show in the months to come, because this problem is not going away. And I know that you are not going to go away. So stay with it.